Hey y'all, what's good? It's your girl Darla Rose, and you are now tuned into Reppin'. That's Rap Entertainment Politics Network.
I'm back. Rep yours, nigga. You hear me? Yeah, nigga.
Okay, guys, so I'm here to give you some information on what happened to our native Chicago artist, Juice WRLD. I'm just going to rewind some information here for you and give you an update. So, you all know December the 8th, we lost Juice WRLD due to a seizure at Midway Airport. Now, if you don't know, he did release an album this year called Death Race for Love. He also had a huge record called Lucid Dreams. That record did over 300 million views on YouTube, and it also charted at #2 on a Billboard 100.
I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. It's to the
He also did a record with NBA Youngboy titled Bandit, and that record was hot as well.
when I'm on that molly, I feel savage. She the definition of a bad bitch.
Now, that's just only a few things out of the thousands of things that Juice WRLD accomplished while here with us. He was an innovative, genius artist. I mean, his vision was crazy, it was original, and like no other. Now, let's get into what sources have reported. Now, they're saying that Juice WRLD and his entourage were on a private jet when the pilot alerted the feds that they had guns and had weed on the plane. Juice WRLD and his entourage, they're leaving the flight, going through the airport when the feds met up with them and implied that they need to search them. In the process of all that going on, Juice WRLD allegedly swallowed a dangerous amount of Percocet pills, which resulted in his demise. Fans are also on the internet raving, talking about conspiracy theories. Now, one that spoke out to me or stood out to me was the Lucid Dreams Challenge. Now, during the Lucid Dreams Challenge, which, as I told you before, that's one of Juice WRLD's records, the fans would do a couple trendy dances and then at some point stop and fake a seizure. Now, I'm not going to say it's conspiracy theory, like goes into that category. I ain't saying that. But what I will say is that it's definitely a eerie coincidence, okay? Now, some rappers have also reached out and sent their condolences, and some have also given like some opinion about his death. And one of them stated that they feel like the industry is responsible and has influenced his passing because artists glorify pill popping and codeine sipping. Now, I can agree with that to a certain extent. With me being from Chicago, the inner city of Chicago, I know why people in my city pop pills, and I know why they do things at an excessive level, and that's because they're trying to suppress pain. There is poverty in my city, there is lack of jobs in my city, there is killing in my city, physical pain, physical abuse experience, sexual abuse experience, the list goes on. And I know that we're not the only ones that have fallen victim to such things. Some killers, lots of killers, pop pills to suppress their pain or to amplify the rush of it all when they're on their way to go do a drill, okay? So those are the reasons. And then if you're a rapper but you used to be a killer, what are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about the things that are around you. You're going to talk about the things that you probably used to do, you know? And that just is what it is. But I'm not saying that I feel like that's what hypnotizes people into popping pills. This is something that's been going on. And Chicago isn't the only city. I'm sure Atlanta goes through it. Memphis goes through it. New York goes through it. LA goes through it. I mean, pill popping and drug usage is everywhere. It's not just in the States. It's also overseas as well. And so music just sheds light onto something that's already been going on. Okay? But having said that, I'm truly devastated by the loss of Juice WRLD. He was one of our GOATs. He was breaking barriers, and he will be missed. I want to send my condolences out to his family, his friends, and his true fans. And I want to definitely send my prayer hands to the city of Chicago because he was definitely felt. So let's have a moment of silence for Juice WRLD. and reflect on him in a positive light. And I got some footage for y'all to check out that I thought was really cool of Juice WRLD as well. This segment will continue as I reflect on other Chicago artists, because we have a genius catalog. We have dope artists coming out of the city and those that have already made it. I'm going to be covering FBG Duck, Ruga, Wooski, Lil Reese, Chief Keef, who else? Hard Knock, S. Dot. Man, we got so many, and I have them written down. And the unfortunate thing is that I had to rush and do this part of my, my show because of the passing of Juice WRLD, because he's from Chicago and I definitely was going to cover him. Also G Herbo. So you guys will see the special segment that I put together as I get all of their work together and, do my segment and promote their music, etc. And you're going to see how my city is really coming. But anyway, I want y'all to be safe and have a blessed day. It's your girl, Darla Rose, and I'm checking out.
I think you're helping leading the change of teaching young people how to deal with their feelings. How does it feel to say that you could lead that charge or be a leader in that charge?
I mean, it feels great. It's a blessing, and honestly, somebody got to do it. That's part of being honest, telling people how you feel, not beating around the bush. You can miss your opportunity not expressing yourself. It's okay to express the way you feel. Nobody's gonna shove you in a locker for that.
First of all, thank you for having us out here, man.
Of course,
out here
of course.
in Chicago, just being a hip-hop head, there's so much history here, there's so much great energy here.
Yeah.
How'd your hometown affect you?
It affected me in a lot of ways. You said you from Brooklyn. People from Brooklyn, they have a certain swag, they have a certain charisma about them. I'm from Chicago, I have a different swag, different set of mannerisms, different style, you know what I'm saying? But it gives you originality.